Ennis Boots makes Stanionis quit in the 6th round. What a clinical performance from Boots, man. Yo, that was clinical, man. That was some savage beatdown, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, yo, do you know how much it takes, yeah, to make an undefeated fighter quit? Great performance by Ennis Boots, man. That was a great performance. A lot of people are saying performance of his career. Like, that was the best. That was a career-defining performance. He's now unified the WBA and IBF belt, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, it is the WBA and the IBF belt in the welterweight division. He's unified those. Is he going to go for undisputed? I don't think so, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't think so. Listen, before we go into this, please don't forget to smash the like button, guys. And always, if you're new to the channel, I always say this, please go ahead and subscribe, because that's how you're going to help the channel to grow. We're on the way to 2,000 subs. And listen, by you smashing the like, commenting and subscribing to the channel, you're really going to help us to get to the top. Do you know what I mean? So go ahead and do that. I'll really appreciate, because I've got, I believe around about 75% of the viewers on this channel are not subscribed. That is crazy. Like 75%, that's a big number. I'm missing out on a lot. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine 75% actually subscribe to the channel? Can you imagine where we'll be? So if you want to see great boxing content, you want to see interviews, you want to see Enzo come on here, do you know what I mean? Do fight breakdowns, analysis, port fight analysis and everything like that. If you want to see that, get to subscribing, my people. You're really going to help the channel to grow. Do you know what I mean? And also it's great motivation for me as well. Do you know what I mean? To keep on coming on here and bringing you great content. So please go ahead and do that. Smash it. I'll really appreciate it. But anyway, getting back to the Ennis Boots fight versus Stanionis. I hope I'm saying the name right, man. Stanionis. Eimantas Stanionis. Oh, Stanionis. What a name. What's the guy? He's Lithuanian. Okay. Yeah, listen, man. Great performance by Ennis Boots. I watched the extended highlights. As you know, I'm from the UK, man. These fights in the United States and stuff like that, like the hours are crazy. Sometimes I stay up for these fights, yeah. But sometimes I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go sleep, man. I've got things to do in the morning. I'm going to watch the extended highlights and just go off that. Do you know what I mean? But watching the extended highlights, clinical performance by Ennis Boots, man. Do you know, he was piecing up Stanionis, yeah? Piecing him up. Do you know what I mean? I like the head-body combination, head-body. Great combinations by Boots. And he was investing so much in the body, yeah, that eventually, in the 5th round, it kind of got to Stanionis, you know what I mean? Stanionis, sorry, I keep getting the name wrong. Stanionis, like Stanionis in the 5th round, as I was watching it, he actually did well. He didn't do too bad. Like, he was getting back at Boots. Like, he was kind of like getting to him, hitting him with that left, right hand. Do you know what I mean? He was doing all right, but then Boots just upped the pace a little bit more, up the game, and you know what? It was murder she wrote from then on. Do you know what I mean? The 6th round, to cut a long story short, as you know already, man, Boots invested in that body, absolutely battered him. The combinations were crazy, and Stanionis just couldn't take it, man. He couldn't take it. You can tell by the 6th round, he was badly hurt. That's why he took the knee, took the 8 count, got up, carried on. But you know what? Ennis Boots is one of the great finishes. Like, he'll put a beating on you. So I can kind of understand where the coaching team are coming from for Stanionis. I can get it, because look, they're thinking, yo, you've probably lost every single round. Do you know what I mean? So far, you've been battered. You're getting outclassed in here, and you go dropped in the 6th round. You look badly hurt. You're bleeding all over your face. Do you know what I mean? You're cut up and everything. You're 15-0. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're still what? You're 30 years old. You probably got better nights ahead of you. Do you know what I mean? We want to extend your career. There's no point of you taking more damage now. Let's pull you out of the fight. Do you know what I mean? It's the right thing. For me, normally, I'm a type of guy, like, I'm like, yo, let a fighter go out on his shield. Do you know what I mean? Let him go out on his shield. These guys are modern day gladiators, whatever you want to call them, the warriors. Let him go out there, let him get knocked out. But you know what, yeah? With the recent strategies in boxing, we've seen what's happening with fighters, and I'm like, you know what, nah, you know what? that's actually a great decision by the coaching staff. Do you know what I mean? That's a great decision from his team. Pull him out. Why take more damage? Do you know what I mean? The guy's 30 years old. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Do you know what I mean? Taking extra damage, coming out in the 7th round, getting pieced up. Boots was only getting high in energy, high in confidence. He was going to smack him up again. Savage Boots is, yeah. Like, why allow my guy to take so much damage, unnecessary damage? There's no point of it. Do you know what I mean? So for me, great decision by the coaching staff, his Stanionis, his team. They saved him from potential long-term damage. You know what I mean? So I'm not against that. But yeah, man, a lot of people are saying, yo, Ennis Boots, where does he go from here? Does he then pursue the undisputed welterweight division, or does he move up to 154? Me personally, move up to 154, bro. Because coming into this fight, a lot of people were concerned for Ennis Boots. Do you know what I mean? People were concerned because in his last couple of fights, he hasn't looked the same. He's been taking a lot of punches that he normally doesn't take. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know whether that was just a little bit slacking, lack of motivation from Boots' side, but I feel like Boots is one of them fighters where if the competition is great, he rises his game as well. He gets better as well, depending on the opponent. Do you know what I mean? And for these fights, he really went in. Do you know, he raised his game to a next level and showed his class. Do you know what I mean? So, but I can also understand where people were worried about him, like before the fight, because when you looked at his weight, he looked drained. I saw some pictures. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like I was a bit worried as well. A lot of people were worried, not just me. A lot of people in boxing, ex-pros and stuff, people were worried because the weight loss looked crazy. He looked weight drained. Do you know what I mean? And then come fight night, in the ring, he looked massive. Compared to Stanionis, he looked massive, bruv. He looked like a 160-pounder in there. Do you know what I mean? Boots is what, 5'10". Do you know what I mean? He's a big dude. Do you know what I mean? And after obviously putting all that hydration weight on back and stuff like all that water, whatever, my man looked massive in there. Do you know what I mean? So for me, the right thing to do for Ennis Boots is to move up to 154. I think that's the right thing to do. Do you know what I mean? Because a welterweight just looks like he's draining himself, man. He's killing himself to drop to 147. He's absolutely killing himself. Move up to 154. I feel like he'll be more comfortable in that weight class. Do you know what I mean? He won't be. He's still. I feel like Ennis Boots is still one of them guys that is still gonna cut to get to 154, but the cut won't be as bad as 147. Do you know what I mean? It won't be as bad, and I feel like he will be comfortable 154 with the weight, and he's got the skill, man. The guy is elite. He's world class. I feel like in that 154 division, he's gonna do really well. He's gonna do really well. Do you know what I mean? Especially with the champions on there at the moment. Like, I was just looking like, who can he, you know, like at the 154 pounds, you've got Sebastian Fundora, you've got Crawford is there, WBA, but we know Crawford is moving up in here. Crawford is gonna fight Canelo at 168. Is Crawford gonna come back in 154? Oh man, that's gonna be tough, man. That's gonna be tough. Crawford moving up to 168 to fight for super middleweight against Canelo after all that weight that he's gonna gain to drop back. That could be a killer for Crawford, man. I'll be worried for Crawford. Also, it depends what happens in that fight. It depends. If Crawford was to beat Canelo, whoa, I think Crawford retires, man. Well, Crawford's what, 37, whatever. I think he retires, man. But if he was to lose, I don't think Crawford will want to go at the game with a loss, so he might come back down to 154. And that would be a good fight against Ennis Boots. That would be a great fight. I know a lot of fans have always wanted to see that fight. I see that as a great fight. Fundora is, he's got 2 belts. He's got the WBO, WBC. So, you know, if Ennis Boots moves up, that's the likely fight that he's going to have at 154 against Fundora, man. Do you know what I mean? Being the name that Boots is, being with Eddie Hearn, I'm sure they can just set that up straight away. I don't think he's going to have to fight Virgil Ortiz. I don't think he's going to have to fight that. So I can see Ennis Boots going up, moving up to 154 and getting that title shot straight away. But yeah, man, once again, listen, great performance by Ennis Boots. Absolutely clinical performance to make Stanionis quit. Yeah, such a great fighter like that. Good, solid fighter. You might not say great, but good, solid fighter, undefeated. To make him quit on his stool, yo, listen, that's an achievement. Not every fighter can do that. But listen, my people, I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Ennis Boots' performance. Do you also agree with a lot of the notions going around, a lot of the fans, that was Ennis Boots' career-defining performance, like his best performance thus far? Let me know in the comments. And also let me know, do you want Ennis Boots to stay at 147, go for undisputed, or do you want him to kind of like move up to 154? Do you feel like he's too weight drained? You want to see him move up so he can be healthy, be at a comfortable weight? Let me know in the comments. I really appreciate it. Once again, like I said in the start, please don't forget to smash the like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.